Hey guys, this is Megan here. I just wanted to let you know that in this video we had a little catastrophe happen. One of the cats actually tapped on the cord and actually turned off our mic. So we will have audio that sounds a little bit different because it's coming from my laptop. So bear with us here, but we appreciate your continued support. Please continue to let others know about the podcast and repost, like, comment. It helps the algorithm, and we appreciate your continued support. On with the show.
Hi, welcome to Tough Luck with Lily
and Megan. Nice to see you all again.
Yeah, nice to be back on the couch.
Virtual.
Yeah.
Yeah, back on the couch.
Back on the couch to chat.
How has your week been, Lily?
We were just talking about this before we started recording, but the eclipse is upon us.
Yes.
And we're like, energy's just been crazy. I feel like it's just like, I've been around just like a lot of crazy energy, weird people just showing up, and just a lot. A lot. Everyone's feels on edge. I don't know. It's just the energy we're in, but like knowing that we're in that energy and just kind of accepting it.
Yeah, we're in the thick of it. We have a lot of people who often have these huge transformations during this time, but transformation can hurt in some ways, be painful.
It can.
And it can, I think to myself, the amount of transformations we have in our lifetime, and every 6 months we have this eclipse time, and I've noticed that with the eclipse, I have to go through some sort of harsh, I don't know if this happens to you, but almost every time it feels like there's this thing that I have to get over, and then all of a sudden I'm out of the thick, and I see
you can breathe again.
I can breathe again. Exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, it's just like knowing that even when you're in the thick of it, like that good is on the other side, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, like I don't know, I've like started even enjoying that like chaos and that struggle and stuff, because I'm like, man, once I get through this, the other side's gonna be so sweet.
Yes.
Like
yes. My gosh, it's gonna be. I always think to myself, the best comes out of the worst.
Right.
And whenever we have these difficult experiences, they do shape us into our next phase. If I didn't go through certain hardships in life, I would have been a people pleaser for the rest of my life. And no one wants that.
Right.
So it's good, but
yeah. And it's just like not being frustrated with those struggles either, and just like, letting them flow through you, right? Because you're never going to have those really like high, happy moments with people if you don't also experience low moments as well. Like we're like the spiritual path is never just like riding this high of being happy all the time and like love and light and blessings and the universe is magic. Like the spiritual journey is okay, like here's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Here's some really awesome shit. Here's some bullshit. It's just like over and over and over again. It's a pattern. Like
yes.
And it's just like that yin and yang, like you need one or the other, because we can't be happy all the time, let's be real. Like that's just not realistic.
Yeah, it's like a painting. If you don't have any contrast, you can't appreciate the little peak of color or light. And
exactly.
I think that's how we experience this world so much, is based on sometimes our worst moments define who we are.
Absolutely, and how we like act in those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who are you going to be when shit hits the fan?
Right.
Are you going to rise to the occasion?
Right.
Or are you going to fall to the wayside?
Right.
But yeah, we wanted to talk a little bit about some of the different elements this world has to offer. And it has this, and beyond world has to offer as well. And I guess we could start with water. If you want to get into that, because I feel like that's who you are a little. You kind of give me like You have fire, and you also give very
fire and water. Maybe that's why I feel so conflicting all the time. Maybe that's why I feel like such a duality all the time, because I feel very fiery and very watery at the same time.
Sure. I feel watery too. I understand. I feel like I'm water and earth.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I have more of that. I feel like sometimes it can be a bit difficult to navigate those elements because one is groundedness and they have their things together, and then the other side is like, woo, like I feel so sad and happy all at the same time. So I guess for those who don't understand what water element might mean, like symbolically,
right,
and we can get into that a little bit, but the water element often refers to how you feel.
Yeah, emotional body.
Yes.
Yeah, like just fluidity, and I feel like flexibility. Yeah, I definitely feel really watery. I feel like I'm always just like one of those go with the flow kind of people.
Yes,
like
you are.
I am. Like if someone has an idea or an inspiration or wants to go out and do something, I'm like, great.
Yeah,
I am all in. But I feel like that's also like has a little bit of fire in it too. You know, because like it's kind of that persistence to go do it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some, like an overly, water kind of element is gonna like be really almost too emotional or not wanting to go out, not wanting to do anything like that, like that almost like drastic. What's the word?
It's almost motherly.
Yeah,
in a way where
exactly.
I see the mother of, I guess if you think of Mother Earth, she needs the water to be nourished, to be replenished, or else she's dry. She feels nothing.
Right.
And
then she can't grow.
She can't grow anything.
She can't grow without water.
I think about how often it's the divine feminine a little bit. There's a little bit of that, but it doesn't have to be. You can.
I mean, water can be masculine.
It can be very masculine.
Like
hurricanes.
Exactly, hurricanes, tsunamis. Like water can do some damage.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
Like water can freeze and steam and
very practical.
Exactly, there's a lot water can do.
Yeah.
Like it can be like just in small amounts in that beautiful like feminine energy, but in its entirety and its intense, like it can do some damage because it feels a lot. And if you don't if you feel really watery and stuff, like you have to be able to feel those emotions, you know, you have to feel and indulge in all of those emotions, whether it's like anger or hatred or whatever, because if you don't feel those, it's gonna come up and it's gonna bubble up and it's gonna be a tsunami, you know, if you're not expressing and feeling those emotions. If you're just like suppressing them, water can't be suppressed.
It can't be. You can't.
Water's fluid. Like feel.
Yes. You can't. I think to myself, the times, like the way that water evaporates into the world, and it's and creates this a cloud effect, and it comes right back down, feeds earth, recycles itself. It
cleanses itself.
It's cleansing everything, and we often, I think to myself how much water I drink, and like, am I giving myself the nourishment to be able to sustain myself, or am I just barely filling my cup?
Right. But I love interacting with water. Like I'm a bath girl. I love putting like my feet in the river. Just feeling water element is really powerful too.
And if you cleanse your crystals with water, oftentimes if you take your crystals to a lake or something or a stream of water, it
like
is
a natural body of water. Like my new crystals, I love to just like like dig in the dirt in a river, like in the sand in a river, and like give it dirt and water and stuff. But one of my favorite yoga teachers that I've ever had, like had this like meditation for us one time when we were in a yoga class, and she said like you know, like we are made from the same particles as crystals. So we ourselves are crystals, you know, and we have to charge our crystal. So just as you put your crystals in the river,
maybe get in the river.
we gotta put ourselves in the river too, because we're our own crystal. And that was just like one of my, like, it still stuck with me, and that was such a long time ago when she told me that.
Oh my gosh.
And it still like sits with me, you know, like we are our own crystals.
We are.
So that's why I take baths, and that's why I put my feet in the river, because we gotta cleanse.
Yes.
You know, like we pick up energies. We gotta, and water is like the best thing to cleanse, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
If I remember any of my best memories was underwater. It's like especially childhood memories.
Yeah.
I was at the bottom of a body of water, sometimes a swimming pool, looking up at the sun, and then you see like the way the water reflects
and stuff. Yeah.
And it's such a like core memory to me. It's almost like, you know, how mother often is a core memory to all of us, whether we have a good relationship with our mothers or we don't, but it sticks with you. The like kind of like a first teacher, I suppose, but I think of Mother Earth as well in that sense, where Mother Earth is also your first teacher. And that actually brings us to the second element, to Earth.
We love Earth. We love Earth. So for a while I thought I was like a hardcore Earth sign.
Yeah.
And then one day Megan looked at me and was like, Lily, you're not an Earth sign at all.
Yeah, I guess
so I feel like for
a
while, like I was like almost masking as an Earth sign, you know? Like I felt like I had to be grounded and feel grounded and be reliable and be consistent. And I feel like, you know, that's what Earth sign is. And I feel like Earth sign can be really masculine in that, like that Earth energy. And I felt like, you know, I had to work really hard and all these things. And then one day Megan was like, yeah, Lily, you're really not that earthy. And I was like, oh. So yeah, then just like exploring, like for a while I was just in my earth, and I feel like I've been exploring my other elements recently.
For sure. She was referring to Vedic astrology. It's this whole other system. And check it out. If you ever go online, just look up Vedic astrology calculator. You'll type in your info. It's a totally different system. I could talk about it for days.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole other podcast on Vedic astrology.
Yes,
that is coming.
That is coming
for sure.
We can dive into that.
But in Western astrology, I'm a Capricorn.
Yes.
And in Vedic, I'm a Sagittarius. So Megan looked at me. She was like, "Lily, you're not a Capricorn at all." And through working with Megan has a Capricorn moon in Vedic.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So, in working with Megan, I realized I was like, oh, there's nothing Capricorn about me. There's nothing Capricorn about me. That's why I hate telling people I'm a Capricorn too, because I just feel so disassociated from it.
Yeah.
And I feel like for a while I was just masking it, and because everyone told me that's what I was.
It hurts a little bit oftentimes I think to myself, in labeling in general, whenever someone labels me, I think to myself, like, why are you doing that? I'm so there's so much dimension to me that's so beyond this one thing I am. And I know this has nothing to do with elements, but it's just I am so beyond the scope of, you know, a yoga teacher, for example. Like the stereotypical yoga teacher.
And you're more than just like a Capricorn moon.
A Capricorn moon.
And you're more than, just like
Aries rising.
Exactly. Yeah. You're more than just like an earth water element too, because you still have like fire and stuff too in your chart, right?
I believe,
and like there's, even if we like feel like we relate to one element more, like we still have all four. Like we're still connected to all four.
Absolutely. We all have, if you look at the houses, we all have each house.
Right, exactly.
So
all incorporate different elements.
Yeah.
So Earth.
So going into Earth a little bit.
Earth. We love Earth. I walk barefoot on the ground all the time, and feet in the mud, feet in the river. I love that shit.
We were talking about this with Lily. I think she embraces the earth because she doesn't have a lot of earth in her chart. And you often, I think we do crave a little bit of what we don't possess a lot of. I certainly, I know there's a couple things. I don't have a lot of air in my chart. And I'm not the best at talking. I speak a lot, but I think I speak a lot because I struggle to speak.
Okay.
I feel like I want to explain myself to the deepest amount. But so many times I think to myself, so many people are so good at their words and can just do it within like 5 words. Like they know how to say something so deep within 5 words that I can't say within 100. And I'm like, how did you do that?
Yeah,
like that's
interesting.
So I think that's why I talk a lot.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Wow. You've never told me that before.
I've never told
so
you that.
Interesting.
Huh. I guess that's why I know. I think that's why you do the earthing thing.
Yeah.
If you don't know what earthing is, it's like well, oftentimes getting into rivers or getting into earth.
The other last time me and Megan recorded together, I literally took a nap just like on the earth floor, like in the leaves. Like I was as long as my pillow. Completely fell asleep.
I loved that about
earthing. You know?
She needs
And yeah, I feel like I always thought like I was such an earth sign because I wanted to be connected with the earth all the time. But yeah, maybe I was just missing it, you know? Maybe I just craved it and needed it.
You need some groundedness and maybe and that can go with if you feel like there's an element that you feel drawn to, which I feel like you have a lot of fire as well. I've seen you in these power classes killing it. Like she knows how to do some power, I'll tell you that. And I'm thinking to myself, I am sweating and I need to get a water and I'm trying to get to, so anyway, back to the earth element. We keep skipping that, but earth signs, the earth element often is referred to this groundedness, this stability in life. They get the job done often. Consistent. Yeah. I think of it as a little bit divine masculine.
Absolutely, actually. It is. Yeah. Like I think of earth, I think of like rock. And rock is just so solid and sturdy and you can just rely on it, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a big part about earth signs. It's just so reliable.
Yeah.
It's always there, you know?
I feel that.
And it like, even if it gets like eroded or something, it takes such a long time, you know? Because they're just so strong.
Yeah. I feel
and
like
beautiful at the same time.
I agree. It's we're not, I don't want to say we're not very creative, but we're not. I'm like, because I have a lot of earth in my chart. We are creative, but maybe more on the earth plane, less on the metaphysical plane. So we're very, I speak to the point. At least this is my interpretation of an earth sign person, but I feel like I'm here to do one thing, and that's get this job done.
Yeah.
And once it's done, I feel very satisfied.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, on to the next job. I'm like, so,
right.
And that's something that I do like about myself, but it can wear on me sometimes. I think I have to intentionally take breaks.
Yeah. And intentionally like make fun or play or Yeah.
So
absolutely.
And not be so serious all the time, which I can be a little bit. I can definitely. That's that Saturn energy for sure. But anyways, so
let's talk about fire.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love fire.
We love fire. Fire gets shit done. Fire dances.
Yes.
Fire's intense. Hot. Passionate,
Yes.
So fun, so loud.
Yeah.
Can like destroy.
Very quickly.
Fire can destroy quickly.
Forgives quick, but then often if you're not needed, you're gone.
Right, exactly.
Then
exactly.
Use or lose energy.
Yeah.
Very Aries. I think of Aries when I think of fire.
Always.
And all the other fire signs too.
Right, but just like that, get shit done.
Yeah.
Just do something. Get out there.
Yeah.
Energy.
You definitely have that. I think so your Sag sun.
Yeah.
That's a ball of fire, the sun, with your Sagittarius, so it's very like, I feel like, that's you.
Yeah. And that's why I thought I was like an earth sign for so long, because I was in that like get shit done kind of. But there's really nothing structured about the way I get shit done. So that's not earth at all. That's fire.
No, I understand that. I understand that.
That's like all fire.
I get that though.
Yeah.
Do you like to watch a fire?
Absolutely. I love a fire. I love to be really close to a fire. Like a bonfire. Oh, my favorite.
Yours is also Divine Traveler too. In Sagittarius is the sign of Sagittarius. And I feel like a traveler, you need the fire to be able to get to the other side.
Right, right. You need that push almost.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely. Well, how do you connect to fire, Megan?
Oh, I love fire so much. I have an Aries rising.
Yeah.
And I am I think this is where my ADHD is very there. I'm just very scatterbrained.
Yeah. Like that new project all the time almost.
I love starting new
things.
I love starting, but often struggle to finish.
That's such an Aries fire energy for sure.
I love to
sure.
test the waters out. It's funny because I think the Aries element or the Aries sign in Vedic astrology anyway, the nakshatra that I am represented by is like a horse. Okay. So it's Ashwini, if you all know what that means. Anyway, so I think of myself as this, like, I even have, because it's my rising sign, I think I take off, like, physical appearance as a horse a little bit, actually, which is okay. I love horses. I love it.
And apparently mine's a fish.
It's
Megan says I look like a fish.
Maybe a little. You look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yeah.
Anyway, let us know if we look like a fish and a horse. Once you see it, I feel like you can't unsee it.
That's true.
Megan, now that you said that to me, every time I look at myself, I think about it.
It's very out of this world appearance, like you're not from this plane almost. You know what I mean?
Because I'm a fish.
More like, okay, how do I even describe it? The fish is there, but also I think your appearance is very unique and almost like, I don't know, it's beautiful, but yeah, it's like, I think of when I see you, I almost maybe this is, I'm not trying to flirt, but it's like your eyes are very captivating. Like your eyes are super blue.
It's raising me up right now. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting this.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I get you all blushed.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
let's talk about air.
Air sign, which I'm not very much. This is me trying to have air, and then I say such weird stuff.
Megan just starts flirting with me. That's her air.
That's my air, which is water more than anything. But
don't let Ken hear.
Yeah.
Don't let Ken hear this one.
Okay, Ken, click off this page. All right. So going into the air.
Ken's an air sign, right?
He is. Yeah. He's very good at. He's actually writing a book. So he's a Gemini.
Language.
Yes.
That's what air signs are so good at, language.
He's very good at language. And yeah, there's some people in your life that also have Gemini, correct?
Yeah. And yeah.
Would you say they're
great writers? Yeah, for sure. And usually I feel like air is also really musically talented too.
Absolutely.
I'm always just baffled by what air signs can create in terms of music. Yeah. I wish I could express myself like that, honestly.
I think I struggle with, this is where the music comes in. I think I'm good at playing music and reading, like, sheet music.
The structure
but
of music.
structuring it is hard for me. So, yeah, and oftentimes air is very communicative and very, they're often, I think of people who have a lot of air in their charts as this love. They're often pretty good with explaining how they feel or what they're thinking, and I guess you could say they're also good with communicating with the other side a little bit too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That communication
Absolutely.
with the metaphysical is there. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just would love to know, like, what air signs think all the time, you know? Like, I would just love to be a fly on the wall
Yeah.
in an air sign's head for a day, because I just
Ask
feel like
your
they
sign
have
friends.
literally.
Like, if you
Can I
ever-
just be inside your head for a day? I just
Exactly.
feel like they have the coolest thoughts. I'm sure they do.
air signs, comment below. If you have a cool
If
thought.
you have the coolest thoughts, please share, because I want to
Yes.
know them.
I do.
Yeah. You know, they're just, like, air signs are out here.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's so beautiful.
They're often
I admire it.
Oh,
Free spirits, always.
yeah. There's kind of this my
And
my
it doesn't
sister-
even have to be like a sun sign, you know? Like, if you have a lot of air in your chart,
Yeah.
you can be an airy person, you know?
Exactly.
Like, you can have an earth sign and then just be all air, you know?
Yeah, my sister is a Gemini in both Vedic and Western. She is very
Full out Gemini then.
She's very Gemini.
Yeah.
And so she's kind of, I don't know, I see it a little bit where it's like very good at, if she wants something, she's good at getting it.
Yeah.
Like, she could influence people, and actually oftentimes it's like I'll go to her for business advice sometimes, because she knows how to say things to make it make sense to other people, whereas like I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
I could post a pretty picture, but I may not necessarily have the best dialogue to go along with it, and it's a skill set that I have been trying to train myself to have, but it's good that I have people in my life who possess those really great words to go along with all of that too. So, but yeah, it's I love all the signs. I love all the elements. There is one more I wanted to touch on, which is the ether, which is beyond, the great beyond. And you can, if you don't believe in that, that's okay. We're not here to judge or to say what's true, what's not true. What's true to you is what's true to you. And
Absolutely.
that's how it goes.
That's how we should all live.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And
be-
respect to other people. Like,
Thank you.
yeah, whatever's true to you is true to you, and whatever's true to me is true to me, and I'm not going to push what's true to me on what's true to you.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you,
yeah.
Lily. Thanks for...
And we're not going to do that to anyone else.
Yeah, we're not here to say you're I don't know what's true. I'm just here. This is...
None of us do, really.
We really don't.
None of us know what's true.
It's like, okay, I can take a scientific guess.
Right.
But there's
Right.
often times where I feel that we already come to conclusions about things we have know nothing about. And that's where the ether really comes in. It's this...
that, like, sixth sense, intuition. Yeah. You can't know it. You can't know it, see it, feel it. Well, you can't, like, touch it, I guess.
Yeah.
But you can, like, internally feel it. And
Absolutely.
yeah.
It's not a tangible thing that you can see. It goes beyond the tangible. It goes beyond all of the elements that we have in our world. And oftentimes, like you said, that intuitive nature comes about with understanding a little bit more about yourself. Oftentimes that helps you have that connection with the ether, the great beyond. And until I believe, I don't know if what happens after this great world. I think we die and we do. I could take a guess, but of course, I'm not here to tell you what's gonna happen after
Right.
you die, because I've not yet died yet. But I have ideas. But whatever it is you believe that happens after you die, it's going to connect you with that great beyond. That I think that once you die, I think you start to. I think time. I have a guess that time stops really happening, and it starts to, like, time on Earth is just relative, and that things are just even timelines. We have, I think, the time that we have on this Earth is all that we have, and to make the best out of this earthly realm that we possess. So that's all we got. That's all we got.
Yeah, this is the life we have right now, so live it up.
Make the most of it. Every second of the day, every second. Be grateful for the food in your belly, the clothes you're wearing. Be grateful for the home, if you have a home, the home you have, and
the people in your life.
the people in your life, and whatever else. If you believe in angels, whatever it is you believe in, thank them for everything you have too. So anyway, any last minute thoughts or?
I think it was beautiful, Megan.
Wow, thanks,
It's a
Lily.
great place to end our podcast.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Thanks everybody for listening, and
Yes.
we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Woo! Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Mwah!